Hey Aries, thanks for being here with me today. I'm super excited to share some messages from Spirit and the Divine Source. I'm super excited because these next few readings, or next 12 readings I should say, are very symbolic. I'm doing them from the traditional playing cards deck. So I'm just so excited because I've literally just opened this deck. Yours is going to be the very first shuffle, which is super symbolic to starting at the beginning of the zodiac circle. So there's a lot of energy going into this, and the messages, I'll keep them light, and but we'll definitely look at your situation at hand right now. We'll pull some clarifying cards, and then I'll close it out with some cards from the Chakra Wisdom Tarot and the Osho Zen Tarot, just to get a further insight into your situation at hand. So once again, thank you for being here with me, and I also wanted to say thank you to the Divine, and thank you to the energy source that I have been tapping into to pull these pieces of insight for you guys. You know, it doesn't only help in your personal situation, but it helps me connect to that source energy that has always been there for us. It's always there. Some of us just, you know, live in a time where we're very busy, and we get so involved in the things that we're doing in our everyday life that we forget to center ourselves and just connect and, you know, pull in from that flow that's consistently happening around us. So tapping into that frequency is super important to me right now, especially because of the times that we're in. Like, there's just so much going on. There's like changes, and there's, you know, time that people are putting into being with themselves a little bit more, and it's such a beautiful and enlightening time indeed, because we have the opportunity to really transform our mind space and just tap into that heart space, which is so important, because that's where we truly reside, within our hearts. So like I said, again, I'm just really happy you're here with me. So let's get into your reading. This is for the sign of Aries. Universe, give me some messages for the people that Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, Aries. Give me messages for the Aries person who seeks divine guidance and is looking for insight in love, insight in relationships, insight in work, insight in their current situation and their current energies right now. This is a reading for the sign of Aries. Aries messages. Aries messages only. Messages into their current situations, into their current energies. Thank you for showing me clearly and giving me the opportunity to share these messages. One more. Thank you for showing me these messages. Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow. Aries, you're starting off very strong. Let's keep going here. Give me some more messages for the sign of Aries. Give me some messages for the sign of Aries, please. Okay. Give me some messages for the sign of Aries, please. Please give me some messages for the sign of Aries. 3 more messages for the sign of Aries, please. 3 more messages for the sign of Aries. As you can see, I'm waiting for jumper cards, just because that's where the most energy related cards are, the cards that are jumping out at you when you're doing a reading. So just be patient as I wait for these cards to come out. Please give me messages for the sign of Aries. 2 more messages for the sign of Aries. 2 more messages. Oh, is that 2? That's perfectly 2. Wow. Okay. Whew. So, let's start with the 10 of Diamonds. So this is your current energy that you're sitting in right now. 10 of Diamonds is in relation to your 10 of Pentacles. So it's a very material based type of energy. So you could be sitting very confidently and happy right now. Your material surroundings can be very beautiful and very fruitful and very balanced. You know, you could be feeling very, very happy and satisfied with life. And then it comes in a moment of truth. So you have the Ace of Spades here, which is elusive to the Ace of Swords. So this is a quick and very swift message coming in. It could be a message of change. It could be a message of truth. It could be a harsh, quick message, or it could be a very good, quick message, which brings in the Knight of Cups. So the Jack of Hearts is really in relation to the Knight of Cups in original tarot, which is it's a quick message again. So that's confirming your Ace of Spades there. And the only thing with the Knight of Cups energy is that you're dealing with, you know, an offering, but that offering could not be completely stable. It could be, you know, a very charming offer, but it may not, you know, provide all of the fruitfulness that a let's say a Knight of Pentacles would, because that's very balanced energy and very earthy, right? So going into that a little bit deeper, your next card that you got was the 2 of Spades, which is in relation to the 2 of Swords, and that's, you know, a juggling act. So you could be contemplating a decision, even, and that decision could be between 2 suitors. It could be between 2 different ways of life, but going from, you know, the Jack of Hearts into the 2 of Spades, it tells me that when that Jack of Hearts comes into your immediate time and mind space, that you will have a decision to make, and you will need to balance out the options when it comes to that decision. But just be sure, once that time comes, you are bringing in the Ace of Diamonds, which is in relation to the Ace of Pentacles. And this tells us that there's going to be an offer that comes in for you, and it will be of potential money, stability. It could be like a business endeavor. So if you're in a time space right now where you're just at home sitting pretty, waiting for the next option to come in so you can balance out your options, there will be something that comes in that it offers some fruitfulness. But with that being said, it comes in with the 10 of Wands or the 10 of Clubs, and that will indeed bring a time of struggle where you will basically have to carry a lot of burdens to you know, meet the goal that you're moving towards, which is clearly this mind space of, you know, complete happiness and completion of you know, your material world and the material life that you have clearly built, and you sit in that energy as we speak. But because of whatever comes in, this message from from the Ace of Spades, and the message coming from that Knight of Cups as well, you might spend some time in indifference, and, you know, trying to make up your decision, and you will always move towards that Ace of Coin energy, as you know, that is the most balanced energy there is out there, and it's the most fruitful one when it comes to the aces. But just understand that there will be some hard work, and there will be some hardships to get you to that point. But also you have 2 tens on the table and 2 aces, so you have 111 on the table right now, and that's telling us that you are a master manifester. So you have the ability to control your heart space and your mind space, and you have the ability to draw from the energy source that is out there. So you have the ability to create whatever life it is that you want. Anything that you desire will come to you, and it has come to you, and it sits on this table. So it is completely up to you in which direction that you drive your energy, and you know, where you want to flow to, and what you want to, you know, soak up when you're in that flow. So it's a really strong message here, and I'm really happy that I had the opportunity to share it with you. So I'm just going to pull a card from our Chakra Wisdom Tarot deck, and this is going to give us a little bit of insight into which chakras you might need some extra work into to be able to manifest all of these beautiful things that are coming in for you, and what's going to help you within the Chakra Tarot to work on navigating through that 10 of Wands energy that came at the end there, or the 10 of Clubs energy, because there's some struggle that can potentially come out of this situation. So we want to navigate that struggle to make it easier for you. So divine guidance, please help me navigate the 10 of Clubs energy for Aries. What can you tell us to help us maneuver through the 10 of Clubs energy that is here on the table? Please, divine, give me a message for Aries and helping navigate through the 10 of Clubs energy. How can we lighten the load for Aries in this 10 of Clubs energy? How can we lighten the load for Aries in this 10 of Clubs energy? Help me navigate through the 10 of Clubs energy. Oops, sorry about that. I was getting a little wild with the shuffling. Please help me navigate through the 10 of Clubs energy for Aries. Help me navigate through the 10 of Clubs energy for Aries. Help me navigate through the 10 of Clubs energy for Aries. Help me navigate through the 10 of Clubs energy for Aries. Divine, please give me a card for, whoops, the 10 of Clubs energy. The High Priestess. Okay, so High Priestess energy. This is a yellow energy. So you could be, you know, strong in your foundation, which is completely clear, judging by your general overall energy for the reading, which was the 10 of Diamonds, which is elusive to your 10 of Pentacles, which is a completion energy and complete fruitfulness and happiness and materialistic. You know, it's, when I say materialistic, I mean like you live in a material world and you're just a material girl or guy, and you have everything that you could desire. Basic happiness and comfort. So getting into that, it's a very strong energy and strong reading that we had here, and your outcome of working towards getting through that hardship is the High Priestess energy. And so the High Priestess energy is, you know, it's like a type of energy of really understanding a religious study, or, you know, some general, and not even general, like mastery of understanding of the divine feminine and the spiritual realm, and so on and so forth. So really becoming that energy, and, you know, really, you know, coming to a point of so much understanding that you need to share that wisdom with, you know, other people. That would be the energy that you would need to embody in getting away from this hardship energy that came out at the end of your reading. So what this is telling you is that you may have to walk your journey so firmly that your lessons that you're learning aren't solely just for you, but they're to be shared with other people, so you can build those other people up as well and bring them with you when you take your path towards the heavens. So this is about sharing, and this is also about embodying the yellow energy that is within us. So sacral chakra, or sorry, not sacral, your solar plexus, which, you know, is just right above your belly. It talks to your gut instincts. It talks to your divine guidance and connection to that divine guidance. So building on that connection and incorporating yellows into your life will help quite substantially when it comes to moving away from that hardship and heavy burden energy that comes with the 10 of clubs. So very strong messages for sure. Now I'm going to pull a couple cards from the Osho Zen. Please bear with me. I may have to read from the book depending on what card we pull. I'm getting to know this deck very well, but there's some messages that I still need to research, just because there's so much information that comes from the Osho Zen Tarot. We can feel out the picture very, you know, I'm really good at feeling out photos, but there's just so much messages, and I don't want to miss any of those for you. So we're going to close this out from the Osho Zen Tarot. Give me a card for Aries that is in their highest good. Give me a card for Aries. Help us with a closeout message for this reading, and give us some more guidance. Please and thank you. Give me a card for Aries. One more. Give me a card for Aries. One card for, oh, that was quick. That was really quick. Moment to moment. Okay, so what I feel from this card is you are needing to embody an energy of flow, just like we were talking about, wanting to flow in the right direction. This looks like some wispy winds, and just, you know, this we can even call him a monk, or, you know, a person in learning. He's in learning mode, and he's learning to flow with the energies around him. Sorry about the light. I'm trying to work on lighting here. Anyways, so he's working on flow. He's working on getting himself from point A to point B, but flowing within these winds of change behind him. So that is what this card is asking me to do right now for you. Work within your flow and understand that, you know, there's always a flow of energy around us, and we don't want to move against that energy. There was actually an analogy that I was having a discussion with somebody a couple days ago. And these are basic life discussions that we've been having. And I remember, you know, he asked me if I've floated lately. And when he asked me that, I immediately went into an idea of life flow. And when was the last time I floated through life was how I interpreted the question. So I went back to a time that I remembered where I just completely went with the flow, and I was just letting life guide me in whatever direction that it wanted me to go. And I remember being so happy, like inexpressibly happy. It was a feeling that was within my whole body, and it was like goosebumps. And the only thing that I heard in my brain at that time, there was no chatter. It was just music. It was just music all day, every day. And I was so happy. And so anyways, getting back to that story, that was how I described being floating. That's how I described floating in life, right? Was just floating and being happy. And this sir right here is floating from one rock to the next because he's within flow of the energy that's flowing around him. So let me find the meaning in that card, and then that will be the end of this reading. 140. Just right there. Okay. As this figure moves across stones, he steps lightly and non-seriously, and at the same time, absolutely balanced and alert. Behind the swirling, ever-changing waters, we can see the shapes of buildings. There appears to be a city in the background. The man in his marketplace, but at the same time outside of it, maintaining his balance and able to watch from above. The card challenges us to move away from our preoccupations with other spaces and other times and stay alert to what's happening in the here and now. Life is a great ocean in which you can play if you drop all of your judgments and your preferences, and at the attachment to the details of your long-term plans. Be available to what comes your way as it comes, and don't worry if you stumble or fall. Just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, have a good laugh, and carry on. The past is no more, the future is not yet. Both are unnecessarily moving in directions which don't exist. One used to exist but no longer exists, and no one has not ever started to exist. The only right person is the one who lives moment to moment, whose arrow is directed to the moment, who is always here and now. Wherever he is, his whole consciousness, his whole being is involved in the reality of here and in the reality of now. That's the only right direction. Only such a man can enter into a golden gate. The present is the golden gate. Here and now is the golden gate. And you can be in your present only if you are not ambitious, no accomplishment, no desire to achieve power, money, prestige, or even enlightenment, because all ambitions lead you into the future. Only a non-ambitious man can remain in the present. A man who wants to be in the present has not to think, has just to see and enter the gate. Experience will come, but experience has not been premeditated. Sorry about that. Experience will come, but experience has not to be premeditated. So that message is really clear. I think we basically, spoke about how that went into great depths, but we basically spoke about that thing. It's just floating from one step to the next, knowing that no matter what, your situation around you is going to catch you and help you float from step to step. So just understanding that, giving power to not having to force yourself into your next steps, and just being in the moment is where the power really lies. And knowing that you're moving, and just understanding that even no movement at all is just enjoying your time and space here, and that's your golden gate moment, right? That's just being where we are. And the golden gate moment is that high priestess moment. So basically the message here is to just feel comfort in you know, here and now, and know that, you know, if you have faith, that the energy around you is going to flow you in the right direction no matter what. So it's asking you not to push yourself, because you are going to have options with these two aces that came in, and this is a divine path that you're being guided on, and you're being called to set the, what's the word I'm looking for? Set the example for everyone else coming after you, that comfort in being in this moment right now. You can still be in that 10 of diamonds, 10 of pentacles energy by just being in that moment, because heaven is here on earth right now as we speak. That's your message, Aries. Thank you for being here with me, and I hope this finds you well.